Hello there again, it's Priscilla Batsell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio in the backyard. And that is my OXO omelet turning spatula, which you're going to see me use in a minute to spread some paint, as usual. But first, I'm going to introduce you to something I have not tried yet before, so this is really an experiment. This object has a little plunger in the bottom that more or less creates a seal, and I do mean more or less because it's probably going to leak into my other container, which is looking kind of schmutzy down there. I'm not going to worry about that right now, just because. Anyway, so it's in the chocolate section, or the section like near the Wilton cake area in Michael's, and they probably have them also in Hobby Lobby, and I'm sure they have them online, and if it works well, I'll try and find one and put it on my Amazon link, which is right below the video, where you can find all kinds of cool stuff. In the meantime, I think I'm going to, well, should I try it now? How much is going to leak out? That's a good question. Let's go ahead. Let's just take my tops off as I go. This is just going to be a completely new gig. And I'm putting my neon, my favorite neon purple folk art multi-surface paint next to the white for a reason. I made some gold and it turned out really dark, so I'm not sure I'm going to love that. It's not leaking through, not yet. That's my Prussian blue that has a little bit of Deco Art pouring medium in it. And I'm going to go back to some gold again, because they sell up really nicely together. And then I'm not going to use white. I am going to go, I have things over to the side. I've shaken my colors are pre-mixed in my bottles. I am trying my hardest to remember to leave the tops off. I don't know what kind of color scheme I'm going to get, but I'm going to go for everything I've got over there and see what happens. I almost put that back on there again. This is white pearl, it's supposed to be. I'm not going to call that anything. It just went in the other direction, like things I used to say. And I have, like I said, I've shaken these. That is a color shift by Folk Art. And I'm planning on just starting back over. I don't know if this is going to come out like a ring pour, or just come out, or dribble, or what it's going to do, really. So you'll find out when I find out. It does make me want to put some of this other color in here, which I really like. Yes, I always like that. I like that orange together, and I made another new color, and now we're working on a rainbow, and oh well, never mind. We'll find out. It's looking pretty good in the bottom there, I gotta tell you. It's pretty. You might be able to see it even. So now I'm just going to recycle back through the colors I had. And when the paint hits that little prod that goes down in there, it sort of makes it float, which I'm loving that. That's great. Now, since I like the gold and the green gold together, I'll use that other color gold I have. How much is dribbling out? I'm not losing any paint in the bottom at all. That's awesome. What else? Let's try that next to that. This is fun. Maybe more so for me than you while you're watching me add paint. But I'm just putting in colors that I like next to each other, and trying to make sure I have some white in there also. Whoops, splooge. I didn't say that. You didn't hear me. Never mind. There's the black. I haven't used the black yet. I want some more white. I want some more gold. I want the gold next to the black. Maybe I'll put some white on the other side. What else do I not have in there that I want in there? You know what? I really like this other purple. And since the purple looks so good, let's do it again. I'm getting to be halfway full. Makes me want to put blue in there. Really, it just does. So I've got this little Arteza leftovers from when they sent me some paint, and I need to talk to them really soon because they are emailing me and asking me, what's up? I should probably not tell them that I'm as busy as a one-armed paper hanger, but I am. But it doesn't mean it wouldn't be good to have some money, because it's a little scarce. Which reminds me, I do sell my artwork, and at the bottom of the description under the video are volumes 1 and 2 of the YouTube artworks. This is cool. I'm really liking this. I hope it turns out to be something. Of course, you know me, I'll make it into something anyway, at least 99% of the time. And I'm almost halfway full, and I think that's going to be enough, and then I'll have to do something else. You know I will if I have leftovers, but at least I have this cool little glass container I can stand it up in. And I'm trying to stay religious to my need to, oh god, there goes a thought. Well, let's see, what am I religious about? I'm religious about putting GAC 800 by Golden into my stuff. I'm also religious about putting the white next to the neon colors, and that's what I was going to say. And I think I'm going to finish with that, because I can. You were waiting for that, weren't you? Oh, which reminds me, I'm trying to make t-shirts at Teespring and hook up with YouTube. If I can become a brand partner, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, we'll see. But then I'll be able to offer them on my YouTube channel, and it'll say, because I can, I do on the front, and it'll have one of my paintings that I like on the back. And the prices seem to be pretty reasonable to start with. So even though this is a ring pour, and that's pearl, I don't want to use that, I am going to show you now why I love my spatula as per usual, and my glasses are on my head, which is a really good place to have them, because for me it's virtually impossible to tell the difference between white canvas and white paint if I don't put them on my face. But the problem with glasses, as we all know, is wherever you put them, then you need glasses to go find them, so you understand. I see schmutz. Not much schmutz, just a little schmutz, and bubbles. We use a torch to remove bubbles. You could use a butane torch, but I've gone through 4. I recommend the propane torch. The torch head that you'll see eventually is from artresin.com. It's about 50 bucks, but since I spent $100 before on butane torches that all stopped working well for me, and working period, by the way, not just well, I bled them. I did every trick I knew how to do to make those things work. So we're spreading paint on the canvas in advance of whatever we dribble on there to allow paint to flow. That's the deal. And I have what I call edge catchers standing by, which are just big sheets of plastic, which I told everybody came in the bulk pack of Michael's 16 by 20 inch canvases, and now I can't buy a bulk pack to save my life. Boo hiss. I shared information with you guys and you listened. Oh well, I guess there are worse things, right? I'm going to wipe that off because I'm going to use it again. And right beside me I keep damp cotton cloths made from sweatshirt material. And shorts I can also wipe off on. And I'm going to fill in where I can see that I need more paint. We have, 10 minutes. Well, fortunately I think this is going to be quick. Now when I run a bead of paint along the edge of the spatula, I just push it into whatever's there. And I'll let some of that run over. I don't have any lights, but it's pretty bright. It's a white canopy. If you watched the studio tour recently, you'll have seen that. And by the way, everybody needs to know we are still working on getting a book out for Christmas, hopefully, knock on wood, and maybe some more volumes after that. So there's never-ending work. Also, there's currently, if it's between November 5th, 2018 and December 5th, 2018, there is a contest that you can see the artworks that are going up for prizes in the contest to choose one on the YouTube studio, on the studio tour for Expressionist Art Studio. What is it? Techniques and processes, fluid art, processes. I gotta figure out what my playlist name is. I go a lot of places and I do a lot of editing, but that's not necessarily the first one. Oh boy, I'm getting nervous. It's time to find out what this thing is going to do. And I could probably drag some of this into other places. I'm kind of tempted, actually. Let's do that, because we can. Let's just make a slightly different area. A lot of times black There, I just destroyed some pretty cells. The spatulas have been used recently as swiping tools, which I was enjoying very much. And I've got chain and things too, which I may dip into the ring pour. You can never tell. We don't know what's going to happen with the ring pours. Sometimes they're ring pours and sometimes they're not. All right, oh boy. Now, there's a lot more paint than I need there, evidently. I wonder how little I can let out. They're not pretty colors so far. I'm suspicious that I may be dropping a few things over. That is not a ring pour, by the way. That's a ribbon pour. And there's some gorgeous colors in the funnel, but not as many of them as I would like coming out. So I'm thinking that the chains, this is an interesting experiment, really. The inside of the funnel's beautiful. That's not really what I was hoping for, though. Now, I do have Princeton art tools, catalyst spatulas, and I'm not adverse to attempting to not waste any paint by scraping it down. I can take that right out of there. I do have squeeze bottles. We have quite a bit of paint. Depends on whether I want to move it around or not. And if I decide to move it around, that'll probably be by tipping. I'm going to put that right in the bucket. Maybe there's a better way to use that. I'm not sure. I think maybe we should just play. I haven't used my basting brush for a while. Kind of liking the way that looks. Anyway, so the bottom line is I use GAC 800 by Golden to prevent cracking in heavy paint. And some people don't have that problem, but more people than not I've heard do. So this is what I do about that. I put 10 or 20% GAC 800 in my paint. I know there's some gorgeous colors under there, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. I want to find them. I want to get them out. And I'm not sure I really want to dump them all off. Although I have quite a bit of... Here, I'll tell you what. Let's grab medical tubing, which I use instead of a bendy straw. And I like bendy straws, don't get me wrong. They just get my head in the way of the camera. I really like the cells in there. I'm trying to think what I can do other than put chain in there, and I think that's the answer. Maybe first some beads. I had Mardi Gras beads yesterday, and they were too long, so I'm going to figure out how long I want to make them and make two pieces out of that. Goodbye, little piece. Hello, big piece. And I'm just going to do what I can do, because again, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having a good time trying to do it. I like these turquoise cells down here. I think I'm going to rotate that turntable. I'm not sure what to do about the weird color scheme I have. I don't understand how that really happened. I guess they must have mixed in the funnel. Which makes them a little less colorful, strangely enough. I like the cell patterns. There's no silicone in my mix. Alright, so even though I like this, I'd like to make something attractive, please. And I'm not liking those colors a bit. Well, some places I am, but most places I'm not. So far, we've tried the beads. Maybe it's time to try the chain. Let's throw that in the bucket. This is one of those, if I pull this off, miracles. See, that's just too darn brown. But I'm always saying you're not stuck with anything, so I guess I'll have my chance to prove that in a minute, if that's the case. And try and stay away from ruining really cool areas. There are a few. This is truly an experiment, and I'm liking some of the shapes that are happening, in spite of the fact that I wasn't as thrilled as I'd like to be. I've got paint coming over the side of the canvas, which is good. It's covering areas. That's pretty cool. I think I need something right up here though, like black. And I think I'm going to use it to travel out toward the outside edge. Yep, that's pretty much what I had in mind. I suppose in the end I could always tip. Somebody's like, don't destroy it, but you know, it's hard to tell. I've got 2 minutes left, which is not really a lot, to tell you that there's Pinterest and Instagram links at the bottom of my page. And try and show you that you can actually use new colors to cover over brown areas. And hope that I'm telling the truth. And what else have I got? I told you about the book. I told you about the contest. I think I told you to shop my Amazon link for cool art supplies at no added expense to you. I like the idea of white in there. I'd almost prefer to scrape some of that right off. I need to start having a little catcher container for stuff I want to scrape off. It looks just like that. Goodbye stuff I want to scrape off. Alright. I might be able to use that for something and I might not. But in the meantime, whoa, right over the edge. Darn. Let's just use what's available, which is my basting tool right now. Yeah, that's a little better. So I think we're going to probably come back for part 2 and see if we can make some massive improvements, because there's some cool stuff going on here. It's just not as cool as I'd like it to be. That's a little better. I know I have some white space up here. And I love my gold. I'm going to wipe my basting brush off. It tells me I have like less than a minute left to tell you whatever I need to tell you, which is mostly we'll be back in a few minutes, or as fast as you want to come back. It's all up to you. I want to say thank you to all the contributors who've kept me painting, and I have no idea what this is going to turn out like. It was a surprise out of the gate, and it's going to be a surprise as it finishes. We got some cool textures going on. We've got some not unattractive colors going on. I'm liking all kinds of stuff about this, in spite of the fact that I thought I wasn't. And I got 9 seconds to say this is Priscilla in Spring Hill at Expressionist Art Studio, finishing part 1. Keep commenting. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Back in a minute.